Hello everybody, and we are back for the next round of the Ontario Provincial Disc Golf Championships, and I'm joined with our pal here, Philo. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Nice to be back with you, man.
Cool, man. Well, here we go. We're going to be moving on to the Prodigy Dream 18 now, the other course. We're going to see a much different style of disc golf on this one. And once again, big shout out to SuperSpin and ODSA, all the stuff you guys do for disc golf. You know you're appreciated. And a bunch of our wonderful sponsors here, Ryan Clare at TopLink, PDJ Canada, of course. We already know these guys. The Ottawa Disc Golf Club, thank you so much. Daredevil, we carry all your products. Same with Dynamic Disc, we sell those as well in the store. So thank you so much for all your support. You got a great picture there, Philo. I think Tyler did a good job for you.
Yeah, every once in a while they get some good captures out there. Me on tour. That's my new logo right there, teamphilo.com. We'll be launching the website once again, hopefully with a bunch more interactive things and ways to schedule your lessons, clinics, order some swag, and get in touch with me if you need to, and just ask me questions. Probably going to be opening up some online coaching soon with the Disc Golf Coaches Network. So that's going to be fun.
Well, you can count me in as a customer, because after all I've learned from you so far, I mean, it's pretty impressive. All right, guys, well, make sure you check out that website and put some support behind Philo. Give him some love, all our viewers. Thanks so much for that. And look at this. Look at these scores. The tie-up now, 11 down between Chris Ozolins and Marty. We got a good race here. Cam right on the tail, 2 strokes back at 9 down. And then Casey Hanemayer. He's sitting at, I can't remember what he was sitting at. Was it 7?
I think he was at 7.
Oh, 8 down, even better than we thought. Good man.
Oh.
Strong showing from Team Prodigy.
Same.
I have a feeling he's gonna turn up the heat here in round 2. All right, close race, 11-11, 9-8. Let's see what happens moving into the first hole of round 2.
Now you definitely can get that feeling Casey's going to try to make a run here on this longer, more wide open. At some points technical, but there's some holes he can really utilize his distance and his ability to make the disc go. So we'll see how things shake out here in round 2.
Hole 1, par 3, 348 feet. All this cornfield on the right plays OB, as well as this rough here on the left, and these trees. Got some neat little farm equipment, cool tires there to add some obstacles.
Absolutely.
First up, Marty Hendel.
Martin keeping things on the straight and narrow, being pretty aggressive to the line of the target, and a little bit of fade out there to the left, but not too bad, and that's in Martin's range for a putt.
I expect Chris to come up pretty wide right with a big drive. He loves to throw overstable stuff. This might not get over, though.
He let it out a little low, so he's going to be taking a drop well back there, unless if there's a drop zone on this hole somewhere.
Nope, he's going to be taking his meter from back when he entered. Cam.
There you go.
Can work with that.
Just a hair short.
Grease fingers.
I've been working with Cam a long time, and not a long time, couple of years anyway, and he just loves these putts. These 50, 60 footers are right up his alley.
There you go. That looks like the right action there by Casey. Taking it nice and high and wide and let that overstable drag back. Did he catch that last farm tool?
I think is that disc on top of the farm equipment?
It looked like he caught some of that. It was really hard to see with that camera angle. It moved.
Yeah.
Well,
I almost think the disc was on the top of it.
When you come on tour and you watch guys throw holes at 350, they're all spiking pretty much right on the target. They're not going to fiddle around with anything low and tight. They're just going to take it up nice and high and bang, another good, strong starting putt for Cam.
Wow.
Right in his wheelhouse, like you like to describe, out there in that circle 2 range.
That's his world. He loves it.
Step through straddle. Excellent.
I don't know what his stats are, but I bet you if you looked up his stats on Circle 2 putts, they'd be pretty close to his putting on Circle 1, especially in pressure shots.
Martin a little low out the gate here on hole 1. Had a great look at it. No, he got through, see? It looked like it caught some of it, but he's right there. That was Casey for his 2 after that really nice wide high spiking hyzer.
Good start for him.
Absolutely.
Picks up a stroke 2, starts to work on that gap between him and Marty.
Chris here, picking up his bogue after that unfortunate first drive being a little low. Had a nice width on it, but didn't get the height.
Do you find it's easier to be right in second place instead of being in first? Without having as much pressure trying to catch someone rather than trying to keep the chase?
If you start off the tournament in the lead and you want to stay there, if you're in second place and you're in the chasing position, then yeah, it gives you a little bit more of an attacking mentality, I would say, because you're chasing someone. But when it's only a 1-stroke deficit, 2-stroke deficit, there's really no need this early in the tournament to make it a mano battle. Just got to go out there and play your game, focus on controlling what you can control, try to avoid any of the big breaks, any of the big blow up holes, and just keep pace, and just stay in striking distance. Usually people are going to make a mistake, and you just got to be in the right place at the right time score wise to really make that move and leapfrog them and hopefully maintain that momentum.
It's a really good way to look at it.
Well, another awesome thing Mr. Climo told me is, it doesn't become one of those match play kind of situations to the last 9 holes of the tournament, It's like,
you're right.
You play your game. I mean, it's way too early in the tournament to be worried about something like that. That's a really nice drive there. In case he's going to have a nice look at that protected green.
Cam just a bit too sharp. Not where he wanted to be. Great drive. Second up there. Marty clips a tree.
It looks like one of those really touchy drives where there's a specific kind of depth you need to get on your drive, and it's kind of a feel thing, It's like you don't want to overpower it, you don't want to underpower it. It's like you really got to hit that angle and play that tree line nice and wide with something overstable, knowing it's going to cut back before that cornfield,
Absolutely. Chris Oz just throws to the moon.
This
I don't
looks
know
like
where he is in that forest.
Just trying to progress and get up there and have hopefully a look for a 3, maybe just an easy 4.
Cam looks like he's a bit in trouble.
Martin's got a little bit of work to do, but he's got a line and a window and does well.
That'll work fine. That'll work fine.
Oh, yeah, that's right there. Nicely done, Martin.
Cam's still trying to cut through these trees.
Yeah, it felt like he came up a bit short. Doesn't get out of the woods just yet, so he's going to be scrambling for a par at best. After that beautiful drive, almost chucks it in for an eagle, does Casey. We'll have a nice tap in for his 3.
Cam continues to battle here. I feel terrible.
Well, obviously that's not the side of the fairway where you want to be, and that early release off the tee pad really killed him and just didn't give him many options. I mean, I guess he could have pitched back out to the fairway and tried to make his progression from there, but tried to take on the trees, and the trees are winning.
Yeah, it's never a good route to go. Trees can definitely be your friend sometimes, but not in that instance.
Sometimes
put this in.
He's some miracles out of the woods, but he's really good at putting, and that's a great bogey save. That could have.
Yeah, look at his face.
For sure. I mean, he scrambled it. He worked hard for that bogey.
Definitely.
A way to stay in there on that putt, and not give up on the hole and get the smallest number that he could.
Casey playing solid golf. Great drive. Converts that into a birdie. Almost an eagle run.
Almost. That was a very good run. Solid.
Marty, another birdie.
Yep. Nice stroke there. It seemed like he extended a little bit more on that putt, like he really reached his hand into the target. Some of those putts, it looks like he's kind of pulling the string on it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
That's just my observation.
Drive. Look at these mechanics.
Yeah, it's great, man. Great body positioning and paralleling his body to the attacking line and just letting the disc flow, not forcing anything.
Marty holding the lead, 12 down. Chris and Casey hot on his tail now. Casey's definitely closing that gap with some great play just after 2. Cam with an unfortunate 5. Lots of golf left.
Lots of golf left.
Hole 3, par 3, 272 feet. All of this cornfield on the right, all OB. You've got this sharp, sharp, sharp left-handed hook here at the end. Short hole, kind of tight.
That's an eternity of space for 4 righty backhand players. There's no reason to not be getting into the green on this hole. There you go. Play something up there nice and wide, a nice overstable fairway driver. Came up a little short. Not too bad.
Beautiful shot out of Casey.
Martin using every inch of that tee pad there. Take advantage of the angle. There you go. I'm bump and run in there for a tap in.
Beautiful.
You see the angle that he's starting on here?
Mm-hmm.
That's telling me that he's not throwing the disc wide right at all. And look at where the disc goes.
I'm doing it again.
That was the same mistake that he made on the first hole.
Isn't that interesting? You knew that before the disc was even released.
I can tell, man. I've been doing this a long time. He's taking the wrong attacking angle. Look at his attacking angle. You see how he's pitching his body to that hyzer angle?
Yep.
And look, it just does all the work for him. He came up a hair short, still got a putt, but he's not out of bounds.
Huh.
So now he's got a re-tee, and he's doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Look at the angle he's taking to attack this hyzer. Now he's like chopping off his swing super early, so he never extended his arm into the window where he wants the disc to fly. That's all technique right there, my friend.
Wow.
That's all it is. All it is setting yourself up for success in that first shot and the second one. He kind of set himself up for the failure that he's dealing with right now.
And that all had to do with the starting position where his feet were.
Where he started on the tee pad. He started on the back right corner of the tee pad to throw a hyzer, and he had all the space in the world to the right, and he took all the angles away.
Sorry, my jaw's on the floor. Like, I'm so impressed by how you're able to see that. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of players do. It's kind of a I don't want to say people are wrong for doing that, because I'm not trying to like tell people they're wrong. That's not my intent here. It's just the way that you shape your body to the flight of the disc is so important. And when you shave off all the angles, it makes it really hard to get the timing down right. You don't give yourself any room for error when you approach the shot that way, because you're throwing back across your body when you shouldn't be. He's throwing a hyzer. He shouldn't be stepping left to throw right. That just doesn't add up in my mind. Just go back and watch how the other 3 guys attacked the hole, how they started from center or left on the tee pad, worked their way to the right, they just did the hyzer on their own. They didn't have to force it.
It's almost like you're working with your body a lot more fluidly than against it.
That's what you're supposed to do on every shot. You're supposed to use the flow that the shot offers you. The hyzer is an unravel pop action out in front of you, not across your body. The flat shots and hyzers kind of work across the grain more than the hyzer. I mean, they're 2 completely different worlds, you know?
Well, let's see what these guys do with number 4. Par
Again,
5, 750 feet.
You know, for a bad hole, but just pointing it out, you know, just letting people see it for themselves. It's a true story.
It's great advice. So this shot's really cool because you're trying to blast through this tree line, get through, and land on the fairway. This is about as good as it gets. And then you've got to work your way through the mouth here along that cornfield, which is all OB. The other route is to take where Marty's going here and try to go through the tree line and underneath it, which he gets, I think, a chunk of the way, but he's still underneath.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a weird hole, but I love this hole.
Got blind landing zones and corn blocking your view, and I like how that fairway looks. Looks like there's plenty of space to play that hyzer up and around and just take all the worry out of it. I don't know why you'd try to shoot through the tree line.
There's a couple of guys that we saw that were able to throw over it. This looks pretty good too. Yep. A couple of spike hyzers there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. His technique on that drive was so much better.
Is Marty lining up?
I see what you're saying now. Mm-hmm. Still got to put a move on it to get to the green. Huh? This is a par 5, isn't it?
Yep.
So is all that tall stuff on the left also, OB?
Nope. Left
Okay.
side's okay, just the cornfield on the right. It's
Gotcha.
punishing enough if you end up in it. For
That
real.
pitch far enough. Okay, so he cleared the cornfield, but it looks like he landed in that clump of trees over there.
Let's see what Oz does with this.
Much better.
Huge drive.
Yeah, but do you see the difference? I don't know if I could tell the difference. The technique on those last two throws are so much better than the previous two on the other hole. His
And
body
you can see
going
it.
in the right direction. Yeah. Same with him. Look at Casey, how his body's driving in the direction of the throw. He's not stepping the opposite direction to throw back across his body. And look how awesome that shot turned out. Looks like he's way up the fairway.
Marty in jail here.
Trying to get
Look
something.
at this roller.
No way. I thought he was just throwing like a thumber out, and it turns into a bit of a roller, and boom.
That's a rare treat to see Marty throw those. He almost never throws any kinds of forehands.
Well, he's probably not going to make a birdie 4, but he's definitely going to get his 5.
This looks like another roller.
Keep working, keep working, keep working.
Great shot.
Absolutely. That was a little bit of a rollback, but I mean, great effort. And he's got a nice, looks pretty unobstructed putt to the target, too, from there.
Definitely.
Nicely done.
I just think this hole is so cool. Look at this.
Soft run at it. Making sure he doesn't slide too far past. Looks like it's a little bit downhill. You up on a mound, so 6 or 7 paces up the hill for Martin to get his par.
Chris running it. Great tree.
Hey, stone roll. There you go. That's good. This is for 3. Oh, man. Don't roll too far. Well, he's a couple paces outside of Martin there, looking about, 6, 7, 8 paces from the target, so he'll have a nice putt for his 4.
Come on, Cam.
He's right in his wheelhouse. This is what he likes.
There
Bingo.
you go. Excellent birdie.
Nice crunchy sound there from the chains, hitting dead center on the pole.
Always feels good to break into the 2 digits, 10 down. Casey with a hell of a putt. Look at that.
Scooper off the rim. That counts.
All right, pressure's on for Marty.
Yeah, he doesn't want to miss this one and give up 2.
That'll do it.
So done there, Martin. Dead center chains. There you go. Good recovery. That's one of my favorite stats, is to make a birdie after a bogey.
What is that called?
There is. I don't think they've. I think I brought it up originally doing commentary over the last year. Like,
It's a really good point. It's almost like
Just
your
something
ability
that
to come back, you know?
exactly, man. You don't ever quit on the round. You make a mistake, you come right back the very next hole, and you earn it back. You know.
We've got a nice score recap there. 13-12 and 2-10 down rounds. Martin's still continuing to hold. Next up, number 5, par 5, 747 feet. This is a huge, huge drive onto this fairway. All these clumps of grass you see in rough are all in play. No will be there. And then we work our way up to this mounded, elevated basket with water on the left.
Nice. I like the look of this thing. This kind of gives it a little bit of a Blue Valley feel over there in Portland, if any of your watchers are familiar with that event.
I have not seen that one, but now I got to go check it out.
It was
Look at
part
that
of
shot.
that. If you remember 2012 Worlds when Ricky and Paul had that epic battle towards the end, we were at Blue Valley there.
Okay, I actually have seen some clips on YouTube of that.
And they have like these really massive kind of like link style golf fairways for us, where there's like these clumps that are out of bounds in the middle of the fairway, and they have, you know, some really interesting shapes. And
One more of those and I'm at the hills.
I don't know, I just love it. Obviously these holes are these, clumps of babushka out there in the middle of the fairway are an OB, but Pretty much may as well be with some of those lies. Looks like that stuff's pretty thick.
Oh, you get stuck in there and you're in trouble.
Definitely not getting full speed from a standstill. So I mean, it's a penalty in its own.
Looks like he's trapped in that rough there, bushes. Marty just hanging on the right there.
Cranked that one over a little bit. Tried to get full glide on it. Out there.
Work.
There you go. Fairway hit. I mean, when you're playing a 750-foot hole, you just got to think about, getting into a comfortable distance to attack. You don't have to try to bite it all off on the first throw. Just give yourself a good angle.
Cam from a standstill. Still got quite a bit of distance to make up.
Yeah, he's going to be scrambling for a par. He didn't have the footing and the angle to really get full.
He's in trouble.
Another big sidearm here coming into this green.
Not bad at all considering his position.
Nope, he's got as much as he could, and that should make for an easy up and down. I don't think he's going to be running that putt with that OB so close behind. Elevated basket just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Arden,
good spot for two.
That looked a little short, man. Like, I would expect him to be a little tighter. Dead center of the fairway, and looks like he's got a lot of work to do. That looks a lot closer.
These types of distances from the basket, these are always the scariest for me anyway.
Really?
Because of how much power, it's the amount of power you have to put on to make this shot, because if you miss, how far you'll go past it.
Yeah, well, all right. Here's my argument against what you just said. There's
I like this.
There's a ton of space on the right side of the target for you to have something finishing towards the basket and still lose speed and slow down well before you put yourself in any predicament for losing a stroke going out of bounds. Mm-hmm. If you land out in the middle of the fairway like Martin did, he had a ton of space to just work something in there right to left, control the finish, maybe get a 1 bounce, 2 bounce into the mound and settle in nicely. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of the level of play that I would expect to see, out of the touring pro class, you know what I mean? And that's just the mentality that we have, it's just really aiming small and missing small and really understanding which disc is going to, make a certain flight pattern and have a certain kind of finish and which angle to release it on, how fast do I need to go so far. There's just like the whole calculation process happens very quickly for us, And we practice.
Is there a technique you're relying on to try to minimize the risk?
You have to understand. You have to understand your swings. I mean, there's 3-course swings in disc golf, right? You can throw the disc on a hyzer, you can throw it with a flat action, or you can throw it with anhyzer. I mean, this game offers all of us the same options. It's just how do we choose to utilize them affects our scoring. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like if you're throwing something really overstable and it's not going to carry very far, then you're going to have to put a flat swing to make the disc glide. It's like just kind of putting the pieces together and understanding which action is going to promote the flight pattern that you want to see. And that's all starts from field work and just being in tune with the touch of your throws and understanding how much energy you need to get a certain amount of distance out in front of you.
Incredible.
It's field work, man. That's really that's where it starts, man. That's where you learn your game. You go out to a field and you measure your throws and you understand how much energy it took for you to yield that distance.
Is that something you do often?
A lot of it happens when I'm on tour on the golf course, for the specific course I'm playing, but I have a general feel for all these things, of course. After 20 years of playing, you should have.
And you've developed all these things through experience and practice and
absolutely
just putting the work in. There's no way to cheat it.
Watching a lot of other players, going out on tour for 14 years and, the first 6 or 7 years was just a big learning curve, man. I was already a grown adult trying to figure this stuff out, and the guys I'm playing with, they're, 22, 23. Some of the savvy vets were my age or a little older, but they'd already been playing 2 decades,
Yep.
So it's just the mental understanding of what I was physically trying to accomplish as we look at a nice touch shot coming in here on hole 6. Little 214-foot par 3.
Isn't this a weird hole with how low the basket is?
You see that every once in a while out there. I mean, sometimes they're way up in the sky and sometimes they're closer to the ground. I mean, I kind of prefer a bit of uniformity, but when it's a hole that short, I mean, it really shouldn't matter, man. Yeah.
Funny story too. John Pytel, the owner of this property, was telling me that I forget what it was. It was either groundhogs or another small animal. They actually built a home underneath the basket, and the basket just sunk one day, and
That can
that's what
happen.
happened.
Probably a gopher.
Yeah, it
They
could
like,
very well be. They have like a whole family that lives underneath it, and they didn't want to disturb anything, so we just sort of left it. It became this weird signature buried hole.
I've seen some interesting things out there in the world when it comes to, holes close to the ground, like I played this one hole in Germany in Potsdam. The very first hole, the basket's sunken into the deck of the fairway. It's actually a wooden deck, like a patio deck, and the basket's been cut out, and the rim of the basket is perfect to the deck, the rim of the cage, the bottom of the cage. So like you could literally slide the disc straight into the basket off the tee, like
That's so
shuffleboard.
neat.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Actually, somebody did ace it while I was there. It was so cool to see. We all had a big cheer and roar for him. It was fun.
That's so cool. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, they just totally designed it that way intentionally. Like we're going to cut a hole in this deck, and the rim of the basket's going to be flush to the ground, and you could slide it straight in there. Pretty fun.
Neat. All right. Hole number 7, par 4, 740 feet.
Oh,
Got
one of
this
those
beautiful fairway, and then check this out where the basket's hidden. Look at this.
That's awesome.
Isn't that a neat hole?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the preserve a little bit up over there in Minnesota, Kale LaVisca's new spot. Very reminiscent of that, kind of a very wide open, long shot and a protected green.
I love that sort of definition, just the range that they put into it.
Absolutely.
Love holes like that.
I mean, 740 is, it's still a rip. You got to get one, 350 plus off the tee to really make that second shot a little less stressful as far as the distance is concerned. And, I mean, especially when you're going to have to probably go up and around some of those trees at the end. I mean, that's just more speed. So, if you can crack that 400-foot barrier off the tee here.
It's going to be a lot easier if you're coming up and over.
Yep. You could see that middle route looked real, real skinny. So, did that make it through? Looks like you did. Didn't see the OB flash up, so imagine everything's good.
Look at this.
Really putting a move on that one, getting some full glide out of that. And dead center in the fairway, looking good. He'll be first to play here, Chris. The second shot into the green area.
Just a crush. What a shot.
Look at him. Park
Holy
City.
smokes.
Park City. Nicely done.
Speaking of, great shot. That's almost exactly what you described.
Got some speed on that. See if it has the right angle to make the turn at the end.
And it does.
Beautiful shots. 2 in a row. Excellent.
Cam trying to recreate that beautiful shot from Chris and does it. Pressure's on Marty.
Martin's not too much in front of them, probably 5 meters or so, and he's taking the wider, higher route, trying to spike it in, and just enough distance to get past the shrub, and looks about a 7 or 8 meter putt for his birdie. Those other two guys well inside of that. Casey's got a great angle here into the green. Plenty of room.
Look at the quality of golf. 2 shots.
That's what I'm talking about. That shot Casey just threw is exactly the way I saw it in my mind, is play something nice and high and wide and just let the stability drag itself back to the target. Martin, bang, does not let those guys get away with the tighter shot into the green and capitalizes on another great putt.
Beautiful run there.
There you go. Cam's had a few of those slip through his fingers in this tournament already, and I'm sure he's had about enough of that. He knows he's going to need all of them the rest of the way.
Number 3.
Looks like we got us a star frame again.
Number 4. What a hole to accomplish that on, too. Look at that.
Seems like a pretty soft par 4 as far as any obstacles or things to worry about. I think they just all got it done. They all threw 2 great shots, and Martin had a little extra work to do on the putting green, but all around, great hole by the fellas.
Great job. Martin continues to hold the lead, hasn't let up at all, 16 down. Casey Hanemayer at 15 down, really pulled out all the stops and gained some ground. Still, tight race.
Yeah, Martin's the most experienced out of the group and the highest rated player, and most consistent. So I'm sure he's thinking to himself, this is his tournament to lose. Like he's just got to put the pieces together and do what he does, and that should be good enough. Unless if one of those other guys just completely outplays him and he just falls off. Martin should be winning this tournament, in my opinion.
So Casey found a way to break this course. He threw way over the cornfield.
Wow.
Not the intended route at all. Does it anyway. We didn't even have a camera op over there.
So did he yank that on accident, or was that had to have been intentional?
Nope, that was absolutely intentional. He found a way to break it, and then... Wow, look at this shot. And then we'll see another player here as well. We were shocked. I mean, look at this shot, and yet they did it.
It looks like about a 450 carry. From that angle, from what I could see, at least a 400-foot carry.
It's close. I think it's close to max range for both of them. I'm not completely sure how far it is, but it's pretty far.
Cam played a smart, wide little flick there, gave himself a good angle.
Chris, same exact route.
That's got to get stable, right?
And just crashes in, and it's fine.
Yeah. Nice. He put a move on that one.
Comes through. This works.
Martin Hendel, baby. Smooth operator. That was a great second shot.
See if Cam could recreate the genius there. Yeah, looks like it's okay.
Through the majority of the stuff, so you'll be able to get up and down from there. It didn't look too complicated from what I saw at Martin's finish.
Look at this.
Go. Beautiful. Excellent.
Oz just decimates this hole in 2 shots, parked.
Wow. I mean, he and Casey both are just in prime position right now, and he can take a slightly aggressive stab at this, and a little bit shy, a little bit wider. That would have connected. That was chain high. Cam's got to get up and down here and not give up any more strokes to the group from the other 2 fellows that are absolutely parked. Martin going to try to float something in there.
Oh,
good
almost
run.
Runs it.
Oh, that was a great run. There was no almost about it. It just a hair shy on the speed.
Oh.
Woo! Basket grabbed that one up for him. That one easily could have slid out. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of those come out. Nice putt there.
Fantastic eagle.
That was great. Par 5, huh? So these guys are going eagle.
2 in a row.
Eagle. Yeah, that deserves some pound. Good sportsmanship there from Martin.
Show some respect.
Absolutely, man. It's important to do that out there, even when you're competing. People pull off some awesome stuff. I mean, an epic shot. Got to give them a little love.
And this here is this is why I was asking you this, because this is actually a star card.
There you go. It should be. I mean, everybody did better than Birdie. Or
Fix
better
that
than
up
Park.
in the infographic at the end there. So we got a tie now. Casey with that beautiful eagle catches up, 17 down, tied with Marty.
Looks like we're into a little bit of a technical here on hole 9.
So now we move into the forest, and we're going to see a huge chunk of play here where we're going to be playing inside a lot of technical shots. So we've got this sort of meandering path. We've got water here on the left.
Wow.
Plays OB, obviously, and then finally to this basket here in the back.
How wide is that gap?
Not wide. Not at all.
Not at all, man. That's probably why it's a par 4, because you got to throw a dime to get there in one at 380 feet. He's taking a stab at it. And yeah, I think these are sucker holes, man. They do this to people intentionally to see if you're going to be aggressive or not. You got to do something like what Martin's doing right here.
Look at this.
Play these holes. I'm telling you, this is smart golf right here. He's so far out there. He's past the main gap. He might be a little bit off to the side and the stuff, but I bet you can do a little step out and get up and down. Easy 3 for Martin from there.
Let's see how Cam approaches this.
He tried to take
the road.
Yeah, no, he took some speed off and tried to shape something. Looks like he got a little unfortunate. There you go. That'll get him most of the way out of there. He should be able to get up and down from there. Should have some options. Not too far. Looks like 125, 130 feet away. Oh.
You're so right. You're absolutely right. You almost want to just take your first shot, get as much distance as you can safely without risking too much, and then just take your second shot from there to make 3.
That's what smart golfers would do. I mean, it's usually going to cost you when you try to go really fast through a skinny window. You know, it's just the variables of what could go wrong way outweigh the possibilities for anything going right.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Look at this shot from Casey.
Beautiful. That's what we're hoping to see right there. Got out of trouble, get up and down, save his par. And everybody's Martin. That's not even Martin yet. He's still waiting on everybody.
I was just going to say, he's probably sitting on his chair, just sitting back, relaxing.
Chewing on an apple and, you know, grab some water and watch the other guys struggle. And like I figured, you know, pretty basic up and down. And gave him an option. A little straddle out.
That's pretty far, though, with water behind.
Is there? Well, I didn't see an OB show up, and that looks about 7 or 8 paces. It looked like it burned out pretty quick once it hit the ground. That's still a makeable putt.
Oh,
long range, almost connected. That would have been an awesome putt for Chris.
Great run from Oz. Oh, boy. Slight miscalculation.
Oh, man, he's had a handful of those over this round and a half, and I'm sure each and every one of those stings a little worse every time it happens. Got to connect with those inside circle 1 putts, man. Got to be in that 90% range if you're going to keep up with the better talent out there.
Marty for 3.
There you go.
That's a huge birdie to pick up. You're absolutely right. Smart golf earns a 2-stroke gain on all 3 of the players on his card.
I mean, we figured he'd be about 7 or 8 paces. He was right there. Very comfortable putt for Martin. He makes that all the time, and he got 2 on 2 of the guys and 1 on another. So smart play. He dissed down. He aimed for the biggest part of the fairway down the middle and kept his swing very smooth and rhythmic and didn't try to force anything. And it wasn't the perfect shot, but he got the best score.
That's how you do it. All right, moving through the leaderboard here, we have Marty's card just painted in green. Casey Hanemayer are putting up an incredible round, 27.
Yeah, we figured he'd be coming striking for Martin with this big open course, and he made good on that eagle opportunity on hole 8 and closed the gap a little more. So exciting battle coming in here to the back 9, second round.
That's consistent golf right there. Look at that play from Marty and Casey. A little bit of rainbow here on Oz's card. Cam playing solid as well.
No, everybody's playing solid. You know, everybody's doing what they can do. There's obviously going to be some mistakes. It's hard to go mistake-free. But, you know, the guys are playing smooth. They're playing solid, making, for the most part, good decisions. See how they finish up this second round on the back.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you the next chunk of action here. Once we're going to see the back nine on the Prodigy course, I really enjoy playing on this one. I had a lot of fun, and filming it was even better.
Excellent.
So, okay, guys, there you have it. There is the front nine of round 2. We are joined by our pal here, Philo, who's doing a phenomenal job and giving us some understanding on how the game should be played. And we're going to be right back very soon for the back nine of round 2.